Alrighty, so let's do a quick video on corn law and how buffed it is in 1.2. So essentially now market liberal leaders from the corn law events that you just see, which essentially switches out your landowner leader for a market liberal. Now they support abolishing serfdom, which is that's super buffed, because essentially now you get like a 75%, like above 50% support for abolishing serfdom, and getting to abolish serfdom that early means you are gonna be in a really happy place, because well, essentially as any nation, to be honest, who starts with serfdom. So Russia, Qing, Persia, Egypt, Ottoman, like any of these. Wait, Ottoman has serfdom abolished, but Egypt, yeah, any of these a bit behind nations will benefit a ton from this. Japan doesn't really benefit from this because it requires you to be able to set your trade tariff, but you can't really do that when you are on isolationism, right? So essentially, yeah, you just set your trade tariff. Like if you don't have a trade going on, start a trade, and then on grain, and then set your tariff onto a encourage exports. That will activate the corn law journal entry, which is here. And if you just wait a bit, you will get an event which I showed in the beginning that allows you to swap out your leader of your landlords, which in Russia's case is the gentry assembly. So that will then support your abolishing serfdom, which will in turn turn into a support for abolishing traditionalism and going to laissez-faire, which will give you a ton of industrialization power. However, the last aspect of the market liberal thing is that it will also allow you to do free trade. I don't really recommend free trade because free trade isn't really all that good, let's be honest. Trade in general isn't all that good if you are trading out your important goods, say your say your industrial goods, your intermediate goods. You do not want to be trading those stuff. You want to be buying those stuff, and people will actually start buying a lot of stuff from you if you have free trade going on, and like people will buy your industrial goods. So no, you don't really want that. You just want laissez-faire. To be honest, like free trade, it's not that great. It can be good for the path to liberalism, which will in turn turn into another journal entry. That gives you the teeming beaches, I think is what's it called. But in general, no, I don't recommend going down the free trade path. Just serfdom abolish and laissez-faire. Corn law gives you this, which will be great. Also, another aspect of corn law is that it will start to increase. It will constantly increase your aristocrats' political power, which is actually a good thing in the early game. Why? Because high aristocrats means that your landowners is gonna be powerful, and if your landowners are powerful, that means you are gonna get a really good legitimacy, which gives you a ton of loyalists. As you can see here, I'm on the highest tax level, and I just don't have a lot of radicals. That's super good, right? So for any events that give us minimum wage, we just choose that, and we can keep the corn law on for forever, pretty much. Like there isn't a lot of point to taking it off. Like you take it off, you get a plus 10% labor pop loyalists. Sure, that's good, but keeping it on gives you more landowner political power, which gives you high legitimacy. That's great. And let's take off the suppression and bolster industrialists. I'm just gonna take a look to see what's our legitimacy gonna be, because we actually want industrialists to be a bit more powerful so that we can switch into oligarchy. Oligarchy is essentially the most flexible form of government, and it seems that no, they do not want to switch to oligarchy. So yeah, unfortunately, you don't really get to switch into oligarchy with this. For some reason, if I recall correctly, this is a Russia thing, right? Spiritualistic, government distribution of power. No, this is not a Russia thing. So yeah, you want to switch into oligarchy still. It's super flexible. It gives you a really great mix of your government, you get to put whatever you want in the government, and it's not gonna, your legitimacy will be decent. Like, it will not be really high, but it will be decent. So that's pretty much it. Talked about land taxes, talked about corn law, and talked about essentially how to use corn law, I guess, and how buffed it is, honestly. Like, it's just super buffed right now. Like, getting to be able to switch out of serfdom this early is honestly a super big treat. So that's pretty much it. Leave if you have any questions, comments, feel free to post them in the comment section. And bye bye.